You know, you get so used to the music every time that you're just like, you get into it. Like, y'all don't get to see like us sitting here before the chat when the intro music's playing, and I'm just like,
just sitting there bobbing our heads, either my theme or your theme. It's like,
yeah, because you're just used to hearing it all the time. It's just like, it's comforting music. I like it. I don't know what it is, but welcome, chat. What's up, everybody?
Welcome. We'll get another day to talk toys. It's a good day.
It's always a good day when you get to talk toys. I'm actually going to go to Ross in the morning.
Oh, you did hit a Ross this morning?
I'm going to go to Ross. They open at 7 a.m., and I'm going to go when they open. And hopefully, if they have anything, the lines won't be.
Yeah, it's a trade-off at Ross. It's like, is what I found good enough to stand 20 minutes in line?
Exactly. And as of yet, no. But that's why I'm going to go early in the morning. I got Christmas shopping to do anyway. So I'm like going to like do some other shopping while I'm there. So it's like an excuse, you know, to go. So
Curly Jackson, that beat hits hard.
Yeah, it does.
And
oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Trigger. Appreciate that.
Pretty fun. I still got to read my issue 3 at the new Transformer series has been really good so far. So hope it keeps up. And
now is that it's the like? Does that actually take place in the same universe as G.I. Joe? Are those together now? They're by the same comic company and everything's. Because I keep hearing they're in the G.I. Joe's in the quote unquote, was it the Energon universe? Or whatever they're calling it. They're calling it something like that.
They're up there. It's a shared universe now.
Yeah. So okay. I mean, it has been before in Marvel, but like it hasn't been since then. Last time it was in the same universe was what, G2? In like 92, 93, something like that. So I'm glad. That's a good thing. And I'm really looking forward to them hopefully doing movies. Now that we got that little introduction in the last Transformers movie,
and I really would, I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena reprise his role, like we were talking about before. Let his code name be Duke.
Yeah, he can be Duke.
He looks good for the part.
Yeah, let him be Duke. It works. You've got your first casting right there that you can start forming the rest of the team around. Have what's his face? I'm blanking on the character's name from Rise of the Beast, but I don't know. Have him be Tunnel Rat or something. You know what I mean? When they were trying to recruit him at the end,
there could be so many Joes. They could be a code name for.
Yeah, I mean, you got the perfect story there, and you do a couple of Joe movies, you do a couple more Transformers movie, then you do a joint movie together. Mm-hmm. You know. It could work. I'm telling you, something fans have been wanting for a long time.
Started like retelling the original cartoon, then people started dying. Yeah, it started like almost like a G1 like retelling. Then it's like it got hardcore. It's like, wait a minute.
People. I don't read comic books anymore, except for the occasional trade paperback or something. But I heard I think I'd heard something about this at some point, because I do watch like Comics Historian and Comics Explained whenever there's something that looks interesting or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess Beast is a bad guy now, but like a really, really evil bad guy. And they're going to be killing him off here sometime soon.
I think he's cloned himself. There's multiple versions of Beasts.
Well, I was watching this thing earlier, and it said it's the original Beast. He calls himself Beast Prime. He started cloning a bunch of mentally challenged, shall we say, Wolverines, and using them as an army. And there is another Beast, because the X-Force cloned another Beast. They cloned a younger Beast from when he was with the Avengers to kind of help them out, because the original Beast has just gone insane. He now basically like rules Krakoa and all this stuff, and I don't know. Again,
they could have, because the Dark Beast from the Age Apocalypse Beast is in the 616.
Oh, he is?
Why didn't they just use that beast as the evil beast? He's actually during the Dark Avengers run after when Norman Osborn was head of the Avengers and stuff. Dark Beast actually had the regular Beast captured and was torturing him. So they didn't need to turn the regular Beast evil.
Well, there's
Of course, that means they actually have to know the backgrounds and history of their own comics. So
and they don't know that. They also don't care. So, but yeah, I heard there's supposed to be a new X-Men series coming out that's going to go back in time to the original 5 X-Men after. And I did read some of this when they brought I don't remember the name of the book, when they brought the original team forward in the future.
Oh yeah,
Beast brought them forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he sent them back, there's going to be a new series that takes place after he sent them back. And
they never got sent back though. They actually took.
Maybe what I was reading was saying that's where it's going to start. Is they finally get sent back or something?
Well, they actually took the place of the main X-Men characters that died. So it's like the regular Cyclops, he died, and the younger one that was brought to the future actually took his place.
Okay.
When they brought them forward, they had Secret Wars 2 happen, and they reset the universe, so they had no timeline to go back to. So they're permanently fixed in the new universe.
Because what I was reading was they were going to drop a new series just about that team going back to where they came from, where they were then going to get sent on like a multi-dimensional cosmic adventure where one of them would get stuck in the main 616 timeline while the rest of them were able to return home. So a lot of people are speculating that it's Hank is going to be the one that gets stuck here to replace the Beast that they're about to kill off.
Well, so if they want to keep Cyclops around, they would have to keep him too. Or did they clone him? But the Croatia stuff just messed everything up. So
what was the storyline? I watched this video from Comics Explained like a year ago, maybe more, where it was what's her name? Why am I blanking on the name of her character? Xavier's Irish Moria Taggart. Thank you. Where she's apparently a mutant that's lived all these lives over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching this whole video, but it was so long ago. I don't remember much about it. But apparently, she's keeps going, like she lives for a really long time, then dies, and then starts all over, or whatever the hell it is. Man, the X-Men has gotten so damn confused. Not that all comics haven't, but
yeah. Well, they just threw out continuity altogether in X-Men. So Marvel Comics threw out continuity altogether. I remember when DC did the New 52 reboot, the people at Marvel, they went, "Oh, we'll never reboot the Marvel Universe." Then 10 years later, they rebooted the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Well, because New 52 was what, 2010, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there, 2010.
And then they did Secret Wars in 2015.
Yeah, and that was a reboot of the Marvel Universe.
Because they did. No, it wasn't even 2010. Wasn't it 2012 when they did New 52?
I think it's around 2011, 2012, maybe somewhere in there. I can't remember right off. It's
because I remember 2012 was when I got back into comics for a few years, and New 52 had just started. I was a couple of issues behind, and then that was when Marvel decided to do their Marvel Now thing, which I actually did like a lot of the Marvel Now stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Superior Spider-Man. I liked Uncanny Avengers. I liked Thor. I liked some of those storylines. I did like the Marvel Now stuff. I thought they were doing some kind of cool stuff. Not all of it was great, and they went off the rails quite a bit before they rebooted everything with Secret Wars. But there was some cool stuff there that I did like. I loved Superior Spider-Man. I thought that was great. That was just a cool story of watching Doc Ock basically become a good guy. I mean, for a while anyway.
Which also the story of Peter's life. Well, killed Peter for a while. Then the story of his relations with his family and friends, and
and he got his little
It kind of it goes back to the chat everybody was kidding around with the other night.
Yeah.
His little girlfriend.
His little girlfriend. I was gonna say something else. I'm like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble on YouTube. I don't know what you can and can't say. Little person?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could you know? So they posted Ollie's video on his toy channel. Actually got around 300 views. You guys should record your local toy shows. To me, as much as I've been doing YouTube, it just feels weird if I start taking my camera out and start.
I've gone to do it a couple times, and then I just never edit and post the videos. Like I've got several of them. Well, I'd say several. I probably got like 3 on my phone. Yep. That I just never did it. The videos are just sitting there because when it came down to it, I'm like, I don't really want to take the time to edit and post this. Like I don't. And I think what it is, and I've said this on my other channel for a really long time. I think if you're going to be successful on YouTube, and what I mean by successful is, I mean, it's going to be something you're going to stick with and have fun with and enjoy. That doesn't mean you're going to get a lot of subs or make money, but it's going to be something that you're going to enjoy doing. That's what I mean by successful. If you're going to be successful on YouTube, you need to make the types of content you enjoy, right? And I don't like, it's just not my thing. I don't like those watching those, toy hunt videos. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. For whatever reason, I don't, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't click with me. I always skip those videos. And so I know a lot of people like them, but I don't. And therefore, when I feel like I'm making them, like I feel like I'm forcing myself to do something I don't want to do. I don't want to make those videos because I don't like watching those videos. I do like watching, either commentary videos or toy reviews. I like that. So that's what I like to make, is I enjoy it because I'm doing something I already enjoy.
Oh, and could feel free to post a link to your video in the chat. And, I think
absolutely. I didn't know Aku even made videos. We've been talking for so long on here on your channel. I didn't even know that he made videos. I don't want to assume anything.
But I think you're an admin on the channel. Double check.
Yes, I am. I got your thing today. Yes.
Well, I could, so I think he's an admin.
Sorry.
Sorry, a mod.
Sorry.
I got terminology mixed up. What are we doing? I forgot.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, that wasn't it. I don't remember. I don't remember what we were doing anymore. Can I show something real quick that I want to talk about? We are going to get to our top 10, by the way. Don't worry about that. Yeah,
we're just waiting to everybody.
Like it's happening, okay? But like there are other things to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this.
I didn't give me a yellow dollar sign on the last live stream, so.
Oh, that's good. Oh, by the way, everybody, thumbs up, thumbs down, one or the other. Doesn't matter which. Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Whether you're watching on my channel or on Jared's channel. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Come on, man.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
It doesn't matter. This is the dirty secret of YouTube. If you've been on YouTube for a while, but you never made videos, it doesn't matter. It's all interaction. That's all YouTube cares about. You can have a million thumbs downs, and your video will be heavily promoted. And you can have 1,000 thumbs up, but the video with 1,000,000 thumbs down is going to be more promoted and recommended than the channel with 1,000 thumbs ups. It doesn't matter. They just care about interaction. That's all they care about. So it doesn't matter. Thumb up, thumb down, doesn't matter.
Here we go.
I wanted to talk about this real quick, and that is now everybody saw this coming, by the way.
Oh, it was way too pricey for
it was horribly expensive for what it was too. You know what I mean? Like has there even been, I mean, I'm sure there has, but when I think of all the Marvel Legends and like G.I. Joe HasLabs that have come out, they were, even the ridiculously expensive ones, quote unquote, were less money than this thing was. Now, I think a couple of I think some of the Star Wars one, like the Jabba's barge, was more.
How much was this thing?
I think after all said and done, it was like pushing $700. Once you added tax and shipping, it was like pushing $700. Now, again, I think like if you go to HasLab, like Jabba's barge was like that much money, but that thing's huge. Have you ever seen one of those in person?
It's like the length of this table. It's
huge. It's like over 3 feet long. It's huge. And so that makes more sense. This thing's cool. And here's the thing about this: when you looked at this thing, because they had all the digital breakdowns and everything of this and what it looked like, on the inside and everything. Like, this was not $600 plus tax and shipping worth of plastic. No. And I mean, look at this. I get it. It's got 4 rooms here and a ramp at the back. And a top.
That's not more expensive. Should not be more expensive. I know they're a smaller company, but Hasbro actually going to start going to this company to produce stuff.
Yeah.
So they should not be charging nearly $700 for this when you get the Ghost was what, 400, 500?
Yeah.
And it's bigger. The Ghost is bigger.
This would have been right up my alley had it been in a good price range, because I still love the 3 3/4 inch stuff. And it's crazy. I mean, I did a whole video on this thing. If you compare it to like the USS Flag back in 1986, price wise, if you were to upscale, with inflation, the price of what the USS Flag costs today based on what it cost in 1986. I mean, the USS Flag cost about $300. And that thing was 7 feet long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no way in hell this thing should have been pushing almost $700.
Not for what you
get it to your doorstep. It's crazy, because it is cool. Had this thing been like $300, I still think that would have been overpriced for how much plastic you're getting. But like, I would have probably picked it up because it's cool.
Like his tank's very expensive for what if you think, hey, this is a tank, it's going to be like this big, which I still got to open mine up. It's sitting over in a box. But if you break it down, $300 for the his tank, you're getting 4 figures. Those are $25 pop now. And the his tank, so you basically pay $200 for the tank and $100 in figures.
Yeah, and the his tank's cool. If I collected, 1/12 scale vehicles,
I've been trying to
it's something I would have wanted to pick up.
I've been trying to convince Cannon, but he won't do it. It's like gives some truck nuts for the back of it.
I mean, yeah, it should.
It's got tow hitch,
but I don't know, man. It failed. Look, everybody knew it was going to fail.
Yeah,
I did a whole video talking about how this thing was just not worth the price.
Even though it failed, it actually is kind of a success for Super 7. Hasbro gave Super 7 to go ahead and start doing O-ring figures.
Yeah, which I am very much looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to the fact that they're probably going to sell them for $25 or $30 a piece.
Oh, absolutely. Their actual 5.0s right now are that
20. Their 5 POHOs are $20, $19.99. So I'm not looking forward to that. And in truth, while I'm excited about it, I probably like. I mean, when you're getting to like $30 a figure, dude, I can start going and picking up, 25th and 50th anniversary figures, from 10, 15 years ago for the same price.
As Captain America would say, I get that reference.
There you go. But yeah, it's a shame, I guess, that they jacked up the price, because it would have been something cool to have. But I just don't think. I mean, to be honest, looking at it, I don't even see how 1,600 people thought it was worth it.
And plus, too, it came out after expensive crowdfund after crowdfund after crowdfund. Mm-hmm. I was like, you need to space these things out.
Yeah.
It was just like everybody was doing the crowdfunding.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
His tank does have lights on it, and it's pretty cool. It's got a little projector on the front and puts a Cobra logo, shines down on the front.
Doesn't it have like lights in the cockpit, like red lights in the cockpit?
Yeah. Cockpit lights up, but the instrument panels, the headlights. It looks like a DeLorean and a tank had a baby.
Although I saw somebody do a side-by-side comparison with the his tank and that whatever the hell they're calling it from Valaverse. What's that? And the thing from Valaverse was considerably bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, huh. Okay.
I think it was actually Valaverse that did it.
Was that who it was? Maybe it was Valaverse that did it. I mean,
I was saying that.
I'll be honest. That was pretty smart because, I mean, again, I'm not interested in either one of these things, but like, although I guess, is it smart now that you can't get the hiss anymore? Would it matter anyway? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like,
right.
But still, you know, I mean, yeah, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think that. I've seen both in pictures, but seeing them next to each other and realizing that, you know, what are they calling that thing? I forget what the name of the Valaverse thing is.
I'm looking it up here. Let's see. The Vanguard.
The Vanguard. But yeah, I mean, seeing that thing is actually bigger than the his tank. And I get it. I get the his tank is basically, you know, it's only a 2-figure vehicle, right? 1 figure in the cockpit, 1 figure on the gun.
You said cockpit.
So I get that, like, maybe if the Vanguard was wider, but it's like wider and taller and longer and everything. So I don't know, man.
Here, I put in the private chat. You can pull it up, the Vanguard. With that picture you're talking about. In the private chat, I put the picture of the Vanguard with next to his tank.
Oh, yeah. Let's pull this up here for the audience so everybody can see what we're talking about here. Come on. There we go. I mean, that's a considerable difference.
Yeah. That's impressive.
And again, I get it. This is just a one-man cockpit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you were to compare how big this figure is inside this cockpit compared to how big a 3 3/4 inch figure is inside the cockpit of like the ones I've got, I feel like they might have downscaled it. Like, I feel like it's not as big as it should be compared to how big his tank is for 3 3/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you can see the dude in here.
Yeah, it really should have been.
They don't look that big in the cockpit in the 3 3/4 inch version.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. I think it is downscaled, too. Of course, it's not really a negative downscaling it, because you put it up full size, it still works as it is. It looks good.
Oh, it still looks awesome.
But if you think about, though, if you've made that full size, it's gonna be hard to put it on a shelf.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'd still rather have it than the Vanguard. Vanguard doesn't interest me at all. But
yeah, if the thing is, like, the company that makes that armored vehicle, like the Valaverse is doing, the other truck, I think looks fantastic. Nothing against the build quality of this one, but I just think it's an ugly truck. The other armored truck, it's got more angular designs to it. It actually looks like something in the military. This looks like a SUV. Just
honestly, I like the one that I like the that G.I. Joe dropped for $99 way better than that.
Yeah, I love that one, the Vamp.
Yeah,
I ordered 2 of those.
But again, I am biased. I mean, I grew up on G.I. Joe. Okay, I did not grow up on Valaverse, so I'm gonna be biased towards G.I. Joe because I like those characters and those designs and those.
It's nothing against it. It's a great looking vehicle. My only real complaint with the vehicle is where they decided to put the winch mount. That is the dumbest place for the winch.
Yeah,
it's on the bottom of the bumper where it's going to be drug off if it was a real vehicle. It should have been mounted higher. And I don't know why he didn't do OD green first.
Yeah.
Because this is a wall of the 25th anniversary figures about when they were coming out. I was raiding Walmarts every day for looking for those. The 25th figures are still great and they hold up.
Dude, I love those. When I started picking those up, I started buying a whole lot less O-ring figures. They are solid. I mean, they've got pretty much, they got like all the articulation of a Star Wars Black Series figure.
The biggest mistake, well, not biggest mistake. Well, the biggest shortcutting for me for the 25th anniversary figures, they never got Sarge.
Yeah, they didn't do Sarge. Yeah, even they did 25th, they did 30th, and they did 50th, which were all the same. I mean,
yeah, it's all the same figures.
But but they all those series of figures that came out, yeah, they didn't do Sarge in any of them, and but they're great figures, man. I love them. They're my favorite Joes that I've got on my shelf. Most of my a lot of, well, I say a lot. I've got a decent sized Storm Shadow collection, and most of them are at this point are not O-ring figures, because I think they came out with more versions of Storm Shadow once they moved away from the O-ring than they did before, while they were still doing O-ring stuff. So
my biggest,
I love them. They're great.
My biggest disappointment of 2023.
Vans
Toys Power Glide. They normally do fantastic stuff, but this is a dud. These little stupid wing pieces, they flop around. I can't get the knees to work properly. It's like, man, I got a better version on the shelf. I shouldn't even order this one, but it's Fans Toys. Usually Fans Toys blows everybody else out of the water. And I got a floppy ankle, and these are expensive.
And those are expensive for Transformers, which are already more expensive than a lot of other stuff out there.
If this knee to go all the way down, it won't lock in place. And it's, I don't know. It's why it's sitting here, not on the shelf right now, too. I got DX9's Power Glide on the shelf, and it is a beautiful piece, and it's a lot better looking version than this one. I thought I was going to be replacing DX9 on the shelf, but nope. He will go on to the movie shelf. It's kind of subgroup shelf of.
I got one more thing I want to talk about before we get to the top 10.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it from a point of view that is impossible and will never happen, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And that is this Hasbro joining up with McFarlane for Page Punchers. Now, I don't care about those Page Punchers, because the ones they're talking about are the little ones that come with the comic book and all that kind of stuff.
Little 4-inch figures.
I don't care about those at all. The only thing my brain went to when I saw Hasbro and McFarlane teaming up was Amalgam Comics characters. Because you've got the person with the DC license working with the person with the Marvel license. Can we please get some Amalgam characters? Now, I know it's not going to happen. Why? I don't know. They managed to come together to do the comic back in the 90s. I wish they would come together. And I don't know how they worked it out.
There's too much animosity between the property owners now. There's
probably, yeah.
You got Disney and WB. They just won't work together.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. That's the only reason my brain cared at all about this story, was because for a shining, slivering moment, I thought, could we get some Amalgam characters?
You know what this announcement too is right after 2, Hasbro announcing how shitty of a company they are. We're laying off 900 to 1,100 people at Christmas.
Yep. And they're going to lay off an additional 20%.
And they're blaming it on the ramp down people buying stuff because of COVID. People were buying more then. It's like, well, that's partially, but it's not the whole story. You decided to screw collectors and quit doing window packaging, so people quit buying your crap.
Oh, they made a lot of mistakes. I do, however, I mean, and we're going to talk about this extensively tomorrow because this is what tomorrow's show is about, is mainly Hasbro and Disney. But they've made a lot of mistakes, but there's also part of it that is just, I mean, every company is selling less.
Oh yeah. Like I've mentioned multiple times, my local Target. Well, I can't say my local Target. The local Target here. I don't own a Target, but they quit selling Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
they don't carry them because they got tired of clearing them out.
But they have. I mean, and whether it's just Hasbro or whether it's Hasbro combined with the retailers or what, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but their distribution's been off, their characters have been off, their packaging is off. Like there's just, and you can't deny that right now. I mean, there is much less of an interest in Marvel characters than there used to be because the MCU's not doing as good.
Yep. And for some weird freaking reason, they're picking the most weird, obscure characters to make figures out of. Who wanted Egghead, Crosshairs, and such like that? It's like when you got premier villains, we have not even, or heroes, we have not gotten figures of.
Yep. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know.
You got a huge cast of heroes and villains, not even touched. And when they actually give us good stuff, it's 2-packs or multi-packs. We got to buy some of the best figures revealed that we'll talk about later after the top 10. They're all 2-packs.
Yeah. You got to buy the shitty one to get the good one.
4 Wolverine 2-packs.
Well, and I think part of that's because that whole Avengers thing was actually pretty successful for them. And that's what happened. All those Avengers 2-packs that were coming out, it was the same thing. You were getting a crappy figure and a good figure.
Yeah.
And you know,
I got 11 Wolverines down here on the shelf already. And these are extras, not including the ones displays.
Yeah.
I need more Wolverines.
The only Wolverine out of all of those that I gave a crap about, and we'll talk about this again later, but was the Brood one. And that's because he was different. That's it. It's the only one I cared about.
Yeah, looking at it, I don't mind. I like the new torso for the cowboy one. But like you said, after you said, ooh, I can change the legs out, it could be somebody else.
Yeah.
We'll get into that here in a minute, but I guess we can go ahead.
Yeah, let's do our top 10.
Yeah.
How are we doing this? We going back and forth, or are we just laying them out?
I think we just do our whole list to get at once. Then you go, then I go, or I go, you go.
All right, whatever you want to do.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
What are we doing? Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That's slow. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Yes.
You won.
What did I win, by the way? I don't even know what.
You go first, or do I have to go first?
I don't know.
You win. I'll let you go first.
You go first. There you go.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah.
Yeah, like Eduardo says in the chat, we should have just tried to thumb wrestle over the fucking internet.
Let's see. Let me get my screen up. Like window display. Okay, share screen. My number 10 spot, and I like the figure a lot, which was actually it was being reused already, well, partially, and from the live stream yesterday. Ultimate Cap.
Yep.
I like this figure a lot. All the new sculpting, the details. I would like to see. He's even better when you gear him up with some like gun holsters and straps and stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's the I've seen people use the Outback gear on him, like when your torso exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
But he looks good. It's like great sculpt, good looking figure. It's not much to say. I love Cap, and I like a tactical looking Cap too.
Yeah.
And this is
well, he's got a really good design. I mean, the design is good. I will say the only thing I don't like about that, and it's not, I mean, you know, whatever. The only thing I think, that's not that I don't like, but Cat could have done better is, like, you know, there could have been some more painted details on like the gloves and boots and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that I think I would have appreciated. But other than that.
Oh, you got a super chat.
Well, thank you, Justin. Says, my issue with Hasbro's Marvel Legends is the pricing. I'm paying $19.95 to $24.95 for a figure that comes with little to no accessories. Also, they've yet to release another Punisher figure. Well, yeah, exactly. And where are you getting figures for $19.95 nowadays? Because they're all $25 where I'm at. But I know what you're saying. And yes, they haven't released a Punisher figure in a while.
Well, Punisher's now on their shit list. It's like about
and I think it has to do with all the political crap that got swept up with Punisher. Yeah. I don't care. I mean, you know, whatever. I mean, hello, Punisher is one of my favorite characters, but that's why they did all that crap they've been doing. You know, it's a cluster, man. But whatever. Yeah, you're right. We have not gotten a good Punisher figure in a while.
The best Punisher figure, comic wise, I think it's like the Walgreens one, and it's got like the nice holsters around his chest. Got the bullet band on the ears, cross. Yeah,
Walgreens one was great. I've got a couple of them. I've kit bashed a couple of them. Mm-hmm. I still like the old school Toy Biz Face Off. That's still one of my favorites. I know he's too small for like a modern collection, but like I absolutely love that figure. I love the look. I wish they would do a modern version of him, just upscaled with that 6.5-inch scale that Hasbro does now, because I love that look. That thing from that Face Off 2-pack is awesome. I love it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Go back. Is that carbon scoring? Oh, my God. We have a YouTube toy legend in the chat for some reason. You know who Carbon Scoring is, right?
I'm not familiar.
I've been watching Carbon Scoring's videos for years. He does all well, he does all kinds of videos. He's awesome. Carbon Scoring is awesome. I've been subscribed to Carbon Scoring for years, long before I started doing my own videos. He does a lot of the. My favorite videos of his, which is a lot of his videos. He just takes like a bucket of a bunch of toys out and goes through the bucket. It's that thing that that Floosh just started doing. Mm-hmm. Carbon Scoring's been doing it for years, and he mixes in like comic book backstories for all the characters.
Oh, he's awesome.
Carbon Scoring's awesome.
I'm definitely going to give him a subscribe and check his stuff out.
Yeah, I've been watching you for years, bro. Yeah, Carbon Scoring is awesome. He's one of my favorite channels.
Hey, welcome, brother.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, I saw.
Holiday shoppers here at the store, man. I'm swamped.
That's good. That's good for like the selling toys in comics on the comic screen.
At 15% off the entire store, I'm actually cheaper than Walmart and Target.
There you go.
Awesome.
No, thank you for stopping by our tiny little chat there, Mr. Do I call you Carbon or Mr. Scoring? I don't know. I don't know which. I want to be respectful. No, I do. I seriously, I love his channel. I've been I think I started watching. I started getting into, because I started collecting again back around 2015-ish, 2014, 2015-ish is when I started like collecting again. And my two favorite channels to watch are and have been since I got back into collecting and started watching toy videos were Toy Galaxy and Carbon Scoring. Now, Toy Galaxy doesn't do toy videos anymore. I still like watching Dan Larson's videos.
Do toys again,
but but he doesn't do toy videos. But Carbon Scoring still does toy videos. He'll do like he'll like take out a whole box of just like all the Toy Biz Spider-Man characters and go through and talk about not characters, Toy Biz Spider-Man figures, which it'll be like it'll just be toy. And dude's got like, holy hell, do you have a lot of Spider-Man figures? But hopefully I can be there someday. I'm up to about 45 Spider-Man figures, but he'll take he has like an entire bucket of just Toy Biz Spider-Man figures, and he'll do the video. He'll just go through all of them. Like, okay, this one came out, this was wave this, series this, whatever, based on this artist design. And then like in his videos, he'll like mix in like clips from the comic book and what the storyline was and stuff. They're awesome, dude. They're awesome. Awesome videos.
Well, I got number 9 sitting here on my desk.
Sorry, we were in the middle of your top 10, weren't we?
We got Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is a fantastic figure.
I love that figure. It is definitely on my list. I will tell you that right now.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it is a great figure. It's when they nail a figure, they can nail a figure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just a great looking piece.
Dude, it's like a perfect Spider-Man figure, even for a comic book shelf. It looks great.
My only nitpick would be no boot swivel.
Can I just say I feel special that Carbon Scoring told me his first name is Trey. I feel like I'm fangirling here.
Even though the lower legs are a separate piece, they did it again. There's no swivel. I don't know why they do that.
It is weird. It is weird. It doesn't bother me that much. As you can see behind me, I keep most of my figures.
Character, you want everything you can get.
He is. It like that. If you had added the calf swivels and the toticulation, that would have been a great figure to add those two. Yeah. I think it would be a perfect Spider-Man figure. However, for me, I still think it's a perfect Spider-Man figure, so I love it. I'm sorry, and I just keep interrupting your top 10. Feel free to do it to me when it's my turn. Go ahead.
Oh, I will. Number 8, we got the new Bucky Cap.
Bucky Cap.
Started off with the Return of Marvel Legends with the Bucky Cap mold, which they've used way too damn much, and they refuse to retire. They keep trying to make new parts for it to stretch it out a little bit longer. Yeah, it's like, just let it go. It's old, not dated now.
It is. Can I say though, I still like that buck for some characters. Like I think it still works well for some characters.
They just need to wrap it down a little bit.
They definitely do. They definitely do.
This is such a great update. My only nitpick would be with this mold, it's a tad tall for Bucky.
Yeah, tad. He's taller than all the Captain America figures. That is my only complaint. I said that in my video.
It's pretty much about the same height as the last Winter Soldier figure we got from the.
Yeah, he's even taller than like the 80th and the 20th anniversary Cap, which is a very tall Captain America. And Bucky should not be taller than Steve Rogers. He just shouldn't.
I think what they should have done is use the Astonishing Cyclops body as the base, because it's a similar build. They could have done the new upper torso pieces, and it's a little shorter, and and it would have fit them. But it's still just a great looking figure. But a lot of figures are going to Bucky Cap, so they're creeping up bigger all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I changed out the weapon with it to I think a Valverse Desert Eagle. And number 7, Ronan the Accuser. Love this figure. I know it's basically mostly Colossus parts with a new torso.
It's good reuse. I don't know why people complain about reuse so much, because sometimes reuse works. And I don't know if it's just people who forgot that they grew up in the 80s. You know what I mean? Some of the best figures were reused figures. You know, reuse does not bother me if it's done right.
The only issue I have with reuse on this, they charge deluxe price for this.
That's true. That's true.
But it's down to regular price, I think, right now. So you can get this right. They're new regular price. So if you're looking for a Ronin, I highly recommend it. I got them sitting here on my shelf right now, my Cosmic shelf.
I have not picked him up yet. I've been wanting to. I should have picked him up when he went on sale on Amazon, and I just didn't because I'm an idiot. But
dude, he is such a great looking piece. I highly recommend this one to pick it up. The only little annoying part is the shoulder pads will pop out a little bit when you articulate them. They're like the little holes in the stuff right on the shoulders, the way they're attached. But other than that, it's just, especially if the only Ronin you've ever had was that horrible Build-A-Figure from the Dark Days of Marvel Legends. It's a huge upgrade. I never had that one because I didn't want to pay the crazy prices for that one, and it's an ugly
huge crap now, though.
Yeah, it's like the Jim Lee Cyclops. I mean, Jim Lee Sabretooth.
Yeah,
the surge just started. People were already selling it. I've seen somebody like listing that one in a Wolverine figure, $30 or best price, best offer.
Yeah,
it's like when that thing was selling for $70, $100. Such definitely recommend like the Ronin figure. Number 6, Extremis, another redo of Return to Marvel Legends. Such a great
needed one.
Update. It needed an update, and this needs to be getting repainted into the Iron Patriot from Norman Osborn.
Yes, I agree.
And I wouldn't mind a repaint of this too in the color scheme of the first release. Do I have it here?
Oh, the brighter colors?
The brighter colors.
Yeah.
The shinier, because all these are dull colors, and make it more vibrant, popped colors.
It looks like, who was the artist that was doing the covers for the Extremis stuff? Because on the covers, I forget who it was. On the covers during that run when he was wearing that armor, it looked like this. It was darker. But in the book itself, it was brighter. And this looks more like the cover art than, I'm forgetting the guy. He did more like realistic, darker artwork. I can't remember his name. I bet Carbon Scoring knows. But
could you also there's a great Iron Man cover, number 279, with Ronin over a beaten Iron Man. I wanted to display together like that cover. Sweet. Yeah, this is such a great piece. I would like it. The newest Iron Man that came out, the Heroes Return. I want this in those colors. Number 5, great update to Elektra and this head sculpt. This is the great body. You got the good articulation. You got your bicep swivels, double jointed elbows.
Yeah.
More articulated, better proportion, muscular hero female figure, and a great 80s, 90s head.
I think that is the best female head sculpt that Marvel Legends has ever done.
Oh, and Carbon Scoring says Ari
Granov, was he the one doing that? Because he did the like he drew much darker tones, lots of shadows and shadings and stuff like that. And when he was doing the covers, Iron Man's armor was kind of a more muted colors, like that figure was. But then you would open up the book and it was all bright, red and yellow.
With the Iron Man pick too, I could see a retro card on the classic card back like they got now, and give us the more vibrant colors. Elektra, do this reissue this one in the red with this hair piece.
Well, they're going to. They've got to. They've got everything they need. They just need to change out the plastic color. Like, that's it.
Yeah. The only issue I had with mine, the bandana was like too high. I actually had to take it off and lower it down to make it sit right. With the pictures, these stock pictures look good. Yeah, there it is. See, it rides too high.
Yeah.
I actually was able to get mine to sit down lower, like right above the brow, like it should. Number 4, hyper-articulated Black Widow. I was like, oh, wow, we got another Black Widow. But it is a great... Finally, we're getting like the articulation the female figures have been needing for years in Marvel Legends. We're getting butterfly joints. We getting the Spider-Man style or ab articulation. We get the diaphragm up top, the upside down ab crunch on the bottom. Just great overall.
And look, he is not a founding Avengers member, but certainly she's an A-list Avengers member.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't, just like with Iron Man or Hulk or Captain America, I don't mind if we get a lot of her as long as there's reasons to have the different figures, right? There is a reason to put this figure out and for people to pick it up.
You had an option too with different different displays for different eras of her. You got short hair, long hair, different hairstyles, all the different weapons and stuff. She was a good figure. She was a $30 figure, I think, when she came out. But to me, it's worth it. Oh, this one, it's a good piece. Hopefully, they don't have to be all $30 figures, but this is the initial release. We get this new tooling. Number 3, fun Build-A-Figure. It's just a rock juggernaut. But yeah, I love this thing. It's for a big, bulky figure. It's pretty articulated. I like it. I will complain about this because it's not a standalone deluxe release, so I can't troop build it. Domaru has armies of these things, and they made a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah,
it's got to get a standalone release because I would love to at least get maybe 3 or 4 more, just to have it like a.
Not having to buy 3 or 4 more waves.
And without having to buy 3 or 4 waves of figures, because a lot of figures in that wave were duds. The one I was most anticipating look in that wave was the Luke Cage, and that was the biggest letdown. I like Luke Cage, and
I didn't pick up any of the figures in that wave.
No. Some of my buddies actually helped me out. It's like a custom cannon sent me one of the arms, and Don sent me a leg. For some reason, Degobi Customs is trying to call me during a live stream. But this is a great. If you can get this Build-A-Figure, I say get it because it is just a fun figure. You got bicep swivels. It's built like a Hulk. It's built like the 80th anniversary Hulk. You got your diaphragm, biceps. Swivel up here, you got a swivel and bend at the elbows. It is just a great figure, which kills me. Like, we can get a nameless one, but we can't get a completely break down on Ironclad.
Oh, okay. There you go.
From the UFOs. My brain went like, who? Even though I talk about the UFOs all the time. Number 2, I know it's a little controversial, since it's a reuse of the Gamerverse body, but the new parts and paint job made this such a great piece. I love the paint job. The original head sculpt was terrible. From the Gamerverse, I did not like it. This one is such a great comic book head sculpt. You got new hands. Plus, you got a Hulk with a Tommy gun, and it basically is a kit to upgrade your other. If you have the Gamerverse one, this comes with 2 heads, 2 sets of hands, so you can actually upgrade your previous one into a comic book version too. So you get double bang for your buck, and that head sculpt is just great. Why would you not want a gangster Hulk on your shelf? So you got the unmasked head. As well with my Gamerverse one, I put this head on. I put the other extra hands on it, and I got 2 Joe Fixits. Number 1, Spiral. Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better figure. And this is showing up at Ross's for $6.
Yeah.
And if I see this at Ross at $6, I'm going to buy every one I see. Not only is it such a great figure, at $6, these are good arms for customs. these will pop right out of that torso, and I can use these for customs.
For $6, what you're getting as far as, you know, custom arms, weapons for customs, things like that, like you're getting a lot there just from that aspect of it. Never mind the fact that it is arguably the best Marvel Legends figure from a technical standpoint that has come out in years.
I currently have 2 of these, and I paid full price for them, and I'll do it again because she's such a great figure.
I got 2. I got one on the shelf, and I got one hanging on the wall, still in the retro package because I just like the retro package.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why I bought 2. It's like I can have plus 2 if you got it, because sometimes she's a good guy, sometimes she's a bad guy, so you can have them display on your villain shelf and your. Because I figure I want to. I'll eventually open up the extra one, especially if I find another one at Ross. That way I can have one on the next to Mojo, one up with my X-Men.
Yep.
This, and she was a standard price figure at $25. You get Spider-Man, and they did the Spider-Man like a PS5, which only comes with like a couple extra sets of hands and not much accessories, and he was like $35. And she comes with more stuff. She's got a weapon for each hand, alternate hands, and 6 arms.
Yeah.
And double jointed.
She's the reason why many of the other figures in that wave were not that great and didn't come with much, because they spent all their money on her.
That is true. But that made the best figure of the year for me.
Yep.
You got the bicep swivels, double jointed arms on every arm, even the robotic one.
Yep.
I just wish. Only thing I would have preferred if she came with 6 katanas instead of this weird this.
Yeah, the Angela. The articles, the Angela weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, Angela weapons. Should have just been 6 katanas. But that is my top 10 Marvel Legends. No Blob came out this year, but
yeah,
I didn't want to put them on my list because I like the original Blob better.
Yeah, I didn't even buy him. When he came out, I said, you know what, it's time for me to get the original one because I don't have the original one either. So,
and thank you, sir. Had Spiral as number 1 as well. Yeah. Great minds.
There you go.
It's just like he says, it's a stupid good figure.
Yeah. Now, I will say on my list may change because I'm going to do a video on this next week because I've got a figure coming in that I think might bump its way onto the top 10. So this top 10 I'm going to drop now is as of right now until this next figure comes in, which is of course the new Green Goblin from the new one. It's being shipped right now. I should get it by like next Tuesday or Wednesday. When it comes in, I'm gonna take a look at it and see what I think of it. I have a feeling it's gonna bump at least one of these figures off. And by the way, some of these figures I've heard people complain about. I don't care. These are the figures that make me smile the most. These are the 10 figures that make me smile the most.
Joe Fix-It. I heard people bitching about the Gamerverse body and stuff, but it's a Joe Fix-It with a Tommy gun.
Exactly.
It's a Hulk in a pinstripe suit and a Tommy gun. But Spiral, Hasbro, give us an X-Force version.
Yes.
And give us more X-Force versions of their X-Men. We need an X-Force Warpath. But all right. Order third.
Here we go. We ready? Okay. My number 10, and I heard a lot of people bitching about this figure. I don't care. It put a smile on my face, and that's all that matters to me. My number 10, Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2099. Now, y'all know I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so this is going to be a very Spider-Man-centric list. I don't care. I love this thing. I loved that movie, and this was a great representation of that character from the movie.
It looks like it came out of the movie.
Exactly. He's got the big V-shaped, animated style to him. I like the, he's got the clear web cape and everything. It looks like it was plucked directly out of the movie. By the way, yes, I am using my freaking thumbnails from doing the videos. If I did a video on it, if I didn't do a video on it, then you're not going to see that. But I love this figure. The figure makes me smile, and I don't really know what else to say about it other than that. I just enjoy it. You know, I liked the character in the movie. I loved the movie. The movie is phenomenal. And I think they did a great job. He's got that overly kind of exaggerated animated look, everything from the broad shoulders and the smaller legs to the big spikes coming off, you know, the smaller head, the big traps, everything. It's just a really cool animated look, and I like it a lot. So that's my number 10. Number 9, same thing. I love this Miles Morales. Absolutely love it. Think it's a fun figure. And I know it's in both of these, by the way, they're basic figures. I get that, but the texturing on his suit, he looks exactly like the in the movie. I like this suit. This is a great upgrade from the first movie, and it stands out a little bit from being from the movie as opposed to another. You know, if you've got another Miles Morales on your shelf, which I do, I've got a few of them. And this suit kind of pops and stands out. It's still got that animated look to it. It's got the craziest ab crunch I have ever seen in an action figure, period. I don't know if you have this one. That ab crunch is nuts, dude. I got to show you this. Hold on.
Could you know
This ab crunch is insane, dude.
Dang.
Look at that.
He's broken half.
Look at that.
Wow.
Anyway, I don't know if that's necessarily a selling point, but I love it. And the fact that you can do the ab crunch and the stripes are still painted all the way up underneath there.
They actually kept the stripes painted.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, I love this little figure. It is one of my favorites of the year. It puts a smile on my face. I'm going to say that after every single one of these. It puts a smile on my face. Anyway, number 8. Number 8 is Star-Lord. I love Star-Lord, the original Star-Lord.
I was debating about putting him on my list too. It was either Bucky Cap or Star-Lord. It's like,
yeah, I've got a bunch of the old 80s Star-Lord Marvel
right now on Walmart right now.
Yeah, he's cheap right now. But I've got a bunch. Some of and I don't have a lot of comics anymore. I sold my collection a long time ago. But some of the comics I still have are like a lot of those old Marvel Premiere and Marvel Spotlight starring Star-Lord. I love his character. I loved when Chris Claremont was writing Star-Lord stories back in the 80s. Huge Chris Claremont fan. I've always loved this version of Star-Lord. I like this version of Star-Lord better than I like the new interpretation of him. I like the new interpretation of him, but like this is the Star-Lord I remember as a kid. It's a very plain figure. There's not a lot going on here, but it perfectly represents the character. And I got nothing but good things to say about it. You know, it's a basic figure, basic buck. Not a lot of paint on him, but what's there is done well, and he comes with everything you want him to come with. I love it. I just love this figure. Number 7 is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I said this was going to be Spider-Man centric. I don't care.
I don't have mine yet. For he might have bumped out to Andrew.
I bought the 3-packs. So that 3-pack that came out, I bought that. So I've had these since I think I finally got them delivered in June this year. I ordered them a year before then. I ordered them June 2022, and they came in June 2023 when they were finally released and shipped out. It's got, I love the figure because I'm a huge, Tobey Spider-Man fan. I love the Sam Raimi trilogy. And I think it's a good figure. The only thing I don't like about it, and I talked about this in the video I did, is he's got kind of thick thighs for his size. And it's a little odd looking.
Yeah.
Which is why he's not further up on my list, is just he's got kind of larger, doughier thighs.
Of course, he probably does in real life now too, so.
He probably does in real life. I don't know. But you know how most Marvel Legends, they're up at the top where it fits into the pelvic area. They kind of are smaller and then they get bigger and then tighten up as they come down to the knees. This one starts big at the hips and then stays big and then tapers down. So it just looks a little bit off the further up his leg you go. It's still a great figure. Paint on these things was done really well. Love the silver painting with the raised
is it Mexican
webbing.
Riddler?
It's not. That's awesome. But again, I'm just a huge fan of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, of the Sam Raimi trilogy. It's not a perfect figure, but I do love this figure. Number 6, Ultimate Captain America. My 3 favorite characters: Punisher, Captain America, and Spider-Man. We've gotten far more Spider-Man figures than we did Captain America figures, but we did get this one this year.
You know what I would love to have seen on this body? The Ultimate's Punisher when he was Captain America.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
It just hit me. It's like, so when you said that your favorite character is like, oh, he was Cap for a little while in the Ultimate verse.
Yep. Be a great buck. You could just go right to it, just a repaint.
But it just needs the. Did he have the skull? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could paint the skull behind the star and still have the star. I don't know. I'm sure they could figure something out, but it's just a solid figure. Like I said when you were talking about it on your list, the only thing really that I could, and I can't even complain about it, but like, there could be some paint details on the boots and on the gloves where you've got these pouches and laces and things like that.
I did go in on mine and pop the upper torso off and notch the inside where he can crunch forward a little bit more.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of an ab crunch on him, but I still love it. I think it's
basically just
fantastic looking
lip around the top. They got too much of it. You can just remove a little bit of that, and it moves great.
Down. Yeah. All right, number 5. This is my Dr. Doom right here. I started reading comics during the Secret Wars era back in the 80s. And I've always loved this costume. I had the Secret Wars toy from back in the day. This is a look for Dr. Doom that I've wanted for a long time. I know a lot of people were complaining, oh, it's reuse from Iron Man on the arms and legs. Yeah, and it's good reuse.
It works. You got an all new torso.
Perfectly for the character. You get all new torso, head, hood, extra unmasked head, all this stuff. I love this figure. This is like my perfect version of Dr. Doom in his armored up Secret Wars suit. I love it. Mm-hmm. It did come in that too.
He's wearing that kind of stuff underneath his tunic anyway.
Yeah. And it gives me the feels. You know what I mean? It gives me the nostalgia of when I was a kid, reading Secret Wars, reading that comic, and the figure I had with the band on his leg and everything. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. It's a great figure. It's my favorite Dr. Doom figure. And so yeah. Number 4, Bucky Cap. To me, as a figure, this thing's perfect. Like, there is nothing I would change about this figure. Now, as the character, we already talked about it. He is too tall.
Yeah.
He is too tall. But just as a figure, I got absolutely the fact that even the design on his torso is molded in, it's sculpted in, the stripes, the V cut, everything, the stars molded in, the A on the head, like this is just a perfect representation of Bucky Cap. It's beautifully done. I have absolutely no complaints. I personally don't even mind the weird looking gun. Doesn't bother me. But
what's kind of cool, that gun originally came with another version of Winter Soldier. It was the Amazon exclusive version redo of the Winter Soldier. Yep. And that's the gun he came with.
Dude, I love it. Everything, the metallic paint on the blue, like to me, it's damn near a perfect figure.
To me, that everything I wanted the artwork better. It matches the artwork way he was drawn better.
Yeah. I could not ask for a better Bucky Cap.
The original Bucky Cap figure, as the staple as he was, his head was way too small. It was a peanut head.
Oh yeah, totally. He was totally too small. When I did the video on this, my video, I didn't do a specific review on this. I did a comparison between the two. I still love the original one. Don't get me wrong. It's you know. But
what I did with mine, I always display it with an unmasked head with a Winter Soldier head.
Yeah,
because it looks so much better that way.
Yeah. But this thing's just perfect. I mean, he's perfectly proportioned. The sculpting's great. The paint is great. Like, it's a phenomenal figure.
And I just subscribed to carbon scoring on both my main channels,
which you should have done years ago, sir.
I know I'm horrible.
All right, number 3, Final Suit Spider-Man or In Suit Spider-Man. I've heard him referred to as both.
Last appearance of Tom Holland and Spider-Man.
I mean, again, this works perfectly on a comic book shelf. I mean, you can put it with your movie stuff,
Absolutely.
or you can have it with comic book stuff. You can do both. I haven't done my review on this yet. I've still got him sitting over there in the corner. I've already cracked him out of the package and everything, but I haven't done my review on him yet. But, you know, I mean, again, there's nothing for me personally to complain about with this figure. I've heard some people complaining about it. I don't care. To me, it's fantastic. Could a figure always be better? Yes, of course it could. Just about every figure could be better. But this figure gives me everything I could want in just a great classic Spider-Man looking figure. I love it, man. I love it. It gives me all the feels, all the nostalgia. It's got that classic look. There's really not much more you could ask for in a Spider-Man figure. All right, number 2. This is where we disagree. My number 2 is Spiral. There's a reason, people. As I said, I do agree.
No more. I'm leaving.
I know. I do agree. I think from a technical standpoint, this is the best Marvel Legends figure that has come out in years. It is so well done. Because we've seen them try to do 6 arms before with them Spider-Man figures, and it was horrible.
Oh, yeah. They even took the articulation out of the Spider-Man torso.
Yeah. This was done perfectly. Like, it was, this is, again, I got no complaints about this. It doesn't even bother me that she came with some reused weapons. I absolutely love this figure. I think everything on it is done perfectly. I think this is like, you know, when Hasbro does stuff like this, that's when you go, see, you can do it. You can. Because this was just a well-executed figure across the board.
Proportions on the figure just all around. She's curved and muscular, curvy. She looks like an athletic character and fantastic figure.
Yep. It's just this was like a perfect execution for a figure from you know, design all the way through to, you know, being able to pick it up at retail. They nailed it with this one across the board.
And again, if you've just now turned them in, this wave is starting to hit Ross stores for $5.99 a piece.
Mm-hmm. All right, my number 1 figure. This is not technically as good of a figure from a design standpoint as Spiral, but it's my personal favorite of the year. Okay? And that is Amazing Spider-Man. Everything I could say about the final, what is it Laura says in the chat, the final swing Spider-Man, whatever it is, I could say about this one, except I think this is a better figure.
Awesome Sport CC got Spiral for $6.
Yeah. I think I love the coloring on this. I love the slight metallic sheen to the red. I've said this many times, Andrew Garfield, I think while we can disagree and people definitely have valid complaints about the 2 movies he was in, I think he was a perfect choice for Spider-Man. I think he's the best version of Spider-Man we've gotten. Even though I love Tobey Maguire, I think Andrew Garfield was like a perfect Peter Parker Spider-Man. I love his suit. It's a little bit darker in tone than what we're used to in the comics, but I still love it.
Andrew is actually in a position too. They wanted to do another movie with Andrew.
Oh yeah,
he looks the part.
Yeah,
Toby,
he still looks.
he looks pretty old right now.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. This one, just like with all the rest, but more so, gave me all the feels. Puts a smile on my face when I look at him on the shelf. Again, like we were talking about when you had it on your list, this could be on a movie shelf. This could be on a comic display. It fits the part either way.
This is going on my MCU shelf, right?
Yeah,
this right here.
It's just it again, to me, it's a perfect Spider-Man figure. And I know some people are like, oh, what about the toe, toe articulation and stuff like this? And that's cool. And yeah, if they had added that stuff, like I would have appreciated it. But not having that stuff does not take my enjoyment away from this figure at all. He looks fantastic. One of the best Spider-Man figures that have come out from Hasbro in a very, very long time. My opinion, I like it better than the retro card Spider-Man. I like it better than the 2-pack Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I like it better than the animated Spider-Man. I like this I don't know. And I know it's not a comic book version, but it works so well. It could easily be a comic book version, just like the Final Swing could as well. I think they're both phenomenal figures.
Like I said, the only thing I really wish this thing had was the calf swivel, because when you put them like in a crouching pose, it does help to be able to turn those calves, like when in a crouch stance.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here like trying to twist it. It's like, no, I know it won't twist. I'm sitting here.
It's just, I don't know, man. There was a lot. I got a lot of feels this year from a lot of these figures, especially the Spider-Man ones. I love it. By the way, thank you, Carbon Scoring, for watching. You're my hero. I'm serious. I'm like being complete. I'm not sucking up to him. I've been a huge fan of Carbon Scoring for a very long time, so it's cool to actually talk to somebody that I've been watching for a long time.
I really like this figure, but he needs some gun hands.
He does. I'll be honest. I loved mine doing the head swap that we did on. I was at your chat last week or whatever. Like I just did.
Old Man Rogers.
I can take this down now because I don't need this up anymore. But I did the old man.
Yep. We both did head swaps for different ways.
Yeah, you used the old one. I thought about doing that, but I still like my old figure, and I don't want to.
Well, I have a bunch of heads kicking around because they used this head for a lot of Captain Americas for a while.
If I had an extra head, I might try it out on here. But for now, since he did have this costume when he was Old Man Steve Rogers, what was he, Commander, whatever he was called when he did Old Man Steve Rogers a few years ago, and this is that movie Magneto head from the Magneto Professor X 2-pack, and it looks like Old Man Steve Rogers. So that's how he's displayed on my shelf. I love this figure too. It wasn't quite enough to get, mostly because of the head sculpt, to get on my top 10. That's really had the head sculpt been like spot on, it definitely would have been in my top 10 somewhere. But it wasn't. So I want to. I mean, because if we're going to start doing a top 10 of figures that I can, that once I kit bashed them, they look great, then that's a whole different list of figures.
Well, Hasbro has kept me busy this year. It's like the life, and it keeps my content up on the channel.
There you go. Wait. Is he saying hit me up? I'd love to come on and shop. Oh, you anytime you want.
Are you talking about like the customizing streams or this stream? Either one, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely, anytime. You just let me know when works for you, and I will move my schedule around, sir. I'm so kissing ass right now. But it's for real, because I genuinely mean it. I swear.
DC, GeekFusionTV, and Parker. Collab.
No, seriously, there are channels out there, and like I said, Toy Galaxy, Carbon Scoring, displaying model behavior, that are like the reasons I started making videos, because I liked watching their stuff so much. And I had like enough crap on my shelves. I was like, I should make some videos too. I want to talk about toys. So there you go.
No surprise, Black Widow on either list, but granted, The reason I like her was the fact I want to put 3 heads on extra classified. Yes, I'm using the short-haired head on my cover girl.
Mm.
She's on my list.
Well, it's time for more news now.
Oh, yep. Well, while you get into that, I need to step away just for a sec.
Okay, I'm going to get into the news. So, it's on.
I'm still listening. This is
okay. It's all right. Now,
I'm going to wait for a second because this is what I want to talk about too.
Okay.
I'll just do the dance here in a little bit. So.
That's okay. We'll get through it quick. No, Boss Fight released their Epic Hacks, which is their 6-inch scale line, 6.5-inch scale. We'll find out when it comes out. But
I want to know how big she's going to scale with other lines.
I know. I'm really curious. So we got their version of Red Sonja.
This guy think he was being helpful on Facebook on their Boss Fights website the other day. It's like,
yeah,
it was just driving me crazy. It's like, I put a question at the Boss Hacks. It's like, how tall is she going to be? Because everybody says 1/12, but nobody is actually truly 1/12.
Yeah, well, because you got like Figma, which is under 6-inch scale. You got SH Figuarts, which is at 6-inch scale.
Well,
you got Mezco, which sometimes does 6-inch, sometimes they do 6.5. Hasbro's all 6.5. You got Mafex, which
7-inch.
Yeah, you got Mafex, which is sometimes 6-inch, sometimes 6.5-inch. So like, there's a range there. When somebody says 1/12 scale, that okay, where's it going to fit in my collection? Either way, I pre-ordered this. They dropped on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yep.
It's going for retail $49.99, which is what, $20-$30 cheaper than Loose
price off Boss Fights website. So I went to Big Bad Toy Store and I don't have to prepay.
Yeah, I've had really good luck with Big Bad Toy Store getting my stuff quicker than anybody else. So, but
she's got more articulation than the Loose Collector one.
She's got more articulation. She comes with 3 different head sculpts, better face sculpts on. And no offense to Loose Collector, I've bought Loose Collector stuff. I like their
the Loose Collector version.
Yeah, she comes with all kinds of accessories. I love the shoulder armor and everything. I love the weapons. It looks like a fantastic figure. And again, I'm not trying to knock Loose Collector, but it's like $20 or $30 cheaper than Loose Collector's version, and it comes with more stuff, and it comes with better articulation. So
she actually comes with a battle screaming head,
yes,
instead of a bored look or kind of pleasant look or whatever they. Depends on what.
Yeah, whatever that. I don't know what that was on the Loose Collector, but again. I like Loose Collector stuff, but like this just looks like a better deal. There's no other way to say it.
The Loose Collector one is great looking figure. There's no question about it. But this looks like it came out of the comics.
Yes. This looks like, if this is appropriately sized, this is going straight on my Thor shelf. My Thor fans. That's where I keep Thor and Conan and Hercules and all that stuff.
Next to the custom Conan.
Son of a bitch. That's okay. I like my custom Conan. It's still good. It's just not as good as yours.
Oh, Boom Sweat sounds like where we might find this such a Red Sony figure.
Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, bigbadtoystore.com, or you can just type in bbts.com and it reroutes you. It's $49.99. I think it drops in April. Did it say April?
I think something like that.
I think something like April. So it's a pre-order.
It has a $4 flat rate. You'll have to pay tax on the figure when you ship you get shipped, and you get $4 flat rate shipping.
Yeah, and it's a pre-order, so it's not like you can buy it now and get it sent directly to you. You're gonna have to wait 3 months or something like that. But and I've cut down my pre-orders by a lot in the last year because there's been too many times I've pre-ordered something and then I find it at the store before my pre-order shows up. So
I'm kind of
yeah, exactly. So I've kind of stopped pre-ordering a lot of stuff, but I saw this thing and I was like, no.
I got boxes everywhere. No. Stuff still in boxes.
And especially something like this. Yeah, especially something like this that you're not picking this up at retail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to get this thing ordered in. It looks like a fantastic figure, and this is going to go right next to my Conan. Which I got to do a repaint on my Conan because I made the hair too light. I need to darken up the hair on my Conan. So I've been meaning to do that for a while. So this will give me a reason to go back and retouch up the Conan figure that I've got. But
okay, I'll be right back. I can't go.
Okay, now you can go. I'm just going to talk about all the Marvel Legends next. No, I'll hold off on the Marvel Legends because I know that Jared wants to talk about Marvel Legends.
I'm back, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Man, customers coming out, asking questions.
Well, good. That means business is good.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not gonna retire anytime soon, but yeah, it's always good during the holidays.
Yeah. So, we got some Star Wars stuff coming out. Retro collection, I don't really care about. I do like Black Series and Vintage collection. Retro, I know some people are into it. I did delve into retro collection a little bit when it first came out.
It's not bad, but I mean,
but like,
I'd rather have a fully articulated figure. But there's
people
like
exactly
articulation, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's
I've got a ton of actual vintage figures that I've been collecting for years. And so I do have an appreciation for them. But when it comes to modern figures and I look at this and I go, if I'm going to buy a modern figure, I'd rather have like a vintage collection.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're good figures. If you like them, cool. I get it. And they're more affordable, which I know makes a difference for some people. It's just not really my thing. So they're out there. They're coming. I'm still waiting for. I don't care what anybody says. I want a good Jar Jar Binks, and
they made one.
That one, but
that deluxe that they made a few years ago, that was a really good figure. And believe it or not, I only ordered one case here. It sold like crazy. Everybody wanted.
That's the problem. That's why I don't have him, because at the time when it came out, as I was getting back into collecting, I hadn't started on Star Wars Black Series yet. I was just collecting 3 3/4 inch stuff. And so I missed out on him. And now he is so expensive that I wish they would do like a retro card re-release or something.
They'll probably do an archive series on him, and you'll get him for regular retail. I would not worry about it.
I hope so. I really do, because I do need a Jar Jar Binks in my collection. But we're getting a Black Series Battle Droid, and then the C-3PO with the Battle Droid body, which is pretty cool. I do want. Have we gotten? I don't know if we have or not. Have we gotten a 6-inch scale Battle Droid yet?
We've never gotten those before. Okay. Not 6-inch form.
Because I've got the 3 3/4 inch ones, but I don't have a 6-inch scale. I'll be honest, I don't care about C-3PO here. This is another case of Hasbro putting a good figure in with a bad figure.
That one's all right, but yeah, that Battle Droid.
Okay, it's not something I need, but I will probably buy it just to get the Battle Droid. So, it is what it is at that point, I guess.
If they made those Battle Droids in a 2-pack, that would be an instant win. But it'll still sell, I guarantee you.
People it'll sell. I'll buy one. So, yeah. So we're getting that. Man, they put a lot of pictures of the same thing in here. Can we move on, please? Okay, there we go. All right. Jango Fett, a figure people have been wanting re-released for a very long time. So this is definitely one I want to pick up. He was definitely one of the better characters, and he's Boba Fett's dad.
Well,
technically, he's all the clones' dad.
They need to make a new version of the 6-inch version of him, not re-release that same old figure. They need to put it on a new body.
I do agree. They do need a 6-inch version, but because I also collect vintage, because I think in the actual vintage collection, they've only released him once, and he's, again, so expensive that I've never bought him.
Yeah.
So getting a re-release is good for people like me, so I'm okay with it. I mean, I'd rather have both. I'd rather have the vintage collection and the Black Series. But, I'm okay. This is a good start for me. I'm going to be happy with this. So, I'm cool. But yeah, we're getting some cool Star Wars stuff that I'm personally happy about some of it. Not all of it, because I don't do retro, but still cool stuff depending on what you collect. I have never heard of this company. Does anybody know Motoroid?
Or the Good Smile Company? Yeah, there.
Okay, is that Figma? Good Smile, is that Figma?
I think so.
Okay, I know Figma, so maybe that's what it is. But we're getting the Ed 209, and we're getting RoboCop with his backpack. Now,
these are model kits. These are model kits.
Yeah, but they look awesome.
Mm-hmm. I love RoboCop. RoboCop's one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
He has yet to
the
have a good
detail on these these are the snap together model kits. So if you look at it, because these are like, this is how they come with all the. It looks like he's got a wash on him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really well done. I love the fact that he comes with his jetpack. I know that's not the greatest.
The movie was awful, but
the movie was awful, but it was
without Peter Weller. Since it didn't have Peter Weller, it was not RoboCop. Sorry.
Yeah.
Weller is RoboCop.
The Ed 209 looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't mind.
Just look at the details on
the TV series.
Oh, it looks great. The scaling looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to each other. I don't know how it's going to look on a shelf, because if this is Figma, then Figma, I mean, he's probably not even 6 inches tall.
I have the Alex Murphy cop version from NECA on order. Man, that figure comes with all the bells and whistles. You got the bullet arms and the bullet holes in the chest. I mean, you can have him shot up, or you can have, there you go. See, Jared's doing it.
These are good looking figures. I'm just if it's Figma, I'm very worried about the scale. That's my biggest issue. Is Figma scale is. I've got some Figma figures, and I keep them on my shelves because most of it's like I got a bunch of Captain America and Thor Figma figures, and they're on the shelf. But like comparing them, sitting them right next to my Marvel Legends, they're freaking tiny. They're tiny. So that's my only issue with that. Now, Jared, I pulled this one up for you, and that is the new SH Figuarts Full Power Frieza. So we got roided out Frieza here. I don't collect this line. I know you do, at least somewhat, right? You get the figures you can, right? Because I know you've also mixed in some of the. You're muted, right?
I was coughing. I didn't want to cough on stream. So
okay.
I looked up on top shelf. Like, I had some Dragon Ball figures fall.
Those are some big purple balls on his shoulder. Good Lord, man.
Yeah. Well, he's got his anatomy's a little different.
Well,
these are not shoulders, and that is not a tail. I'll just let you know that.
Frieza's got nards. What?
Yeah. But it's a good looking figure. I mean, if I collected this line, this would be one I would want to get.
He looks more ape-like with those big ass shoulders, man.
Well, that's how he looked. That's how he looked.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying he looks very ape-like.
Yeah. I think it's a really good looking figure. If you collect Dragon Ball Z, this is, I imagine, one you'll probably want to pre-order.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball always sells here. I had 6 of the Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku, God Goku, or whatever the hell from SH Figuarts. I had 6 of those here on Wednesday. Gone Thursday afternoon. Gone.
Dragon Ball is a hot, no matter what, it's a hot item.
Oh, you can put Dragon Ball on a book of matches and people.
I just wish they would stop doing limited releases on characters, so it makes them hard to get.
Yeah.
It makes them more expensive too. This is another one that's going to be expensive. It's going to be like a Nation exclusive type thing.
Oh yeah,
the extra for it. This is
$85. So he's a little more pricey than like the ones you find at Target, which are going for what? They're what, 40?
I'm surprised he's not $100.
Yeah.
Beast Gohan was, I think, $100.
But it's a damn good looking figure. It's a good looking figure. So, all right, let's talk Marvel Legends here. He does kind of look like Mewtwo, doesn't he?
Marvel Legends suck. That's all I'm going to say. They suck. They shouldn't make them no more. Well, no, I'm just messing.
All right, so we're going to talk about the stuff that they dropped in the PulseCon here.
Real
I'll
quick,
put this one up first.
I have 18 different Marvel Legends characters coming in on Wednesday. I have a shit ton. Nobody else has them. Walmart, Target doesn't have them. I'm going to have 18 different characters here on Wednesday.
What are they? I was trying to ask you this in the chat the other night. What?
They are all of the Infinity Saga figures. All new Geckos. Some of them got new parts, new heads. All
like Widow and all that. And
I've got Green Goblin and Tom Holland Final Swing Spider-Man. I've got a new season 3 Mandalorian coming in. I got a shit ton of stuff, man. Oh, I got the Midnight Suns Marvel Legends coming in as well. So I got them all of them coming in like Pokemon. Got to catch them all, guys. And 15% off.
So Midnight Suns is the Daredevil, the Blade, the Luke Cage,
Blade, Midnight Sun, Iron Man, Clea. Lady Bullseye. I keep saying one Lady Deadpool, but it's Lady Bullseye, and a Fist Ninja. I think that's all.
Can you save me a Blade? I'll come pick it up.
Sure.
Yeah, save me a Blade. That's really the only one I wanted out of those. Huh?
I'll charge you double.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
No, I'll hold it for you, bud.
Yeah, because I do want the Blade. He's really the only one I want, but. I don't know who this character is that they showed off. Who is this? Does anybody know?
She's the October Guard, Red Widow. Which I'm like, man, you're making
Red Widow. Okay.
Too many Widow characters.
Because I watched the live stream and I don't remember seeing this part of the live stream.
I forgot.
So all I've seen are the pictures,
exclusive, or maybe a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
She does not look like the Red Widow I remember. So
I think she's a modern.
Zero interest for me.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't care about that one at
I
all.
do now. I have an well. I've got a like a Winter Guard / October Guard setup over here, but I don't know. Okay. Well. Okay. So Red Widow. All right. So now we get into the Iron Man Mark. Whatever. I don't even know at this point.
Reissue again.
Yeah. Looks good. If you don't have it, I've honestly started stepping away from MCU figures. So it's a great figure.
It is a high demand reissue. So
yeah, it's a reissue. They said they were going to do that because a lot of people are still. Some people are getting into Marvel Legends. Some people missed that figure, so they're doing a reissue, which is fun.
It's a good figure. Yeah. It's not anything I'm really interested in, but it's a good figure.
Yeah, it's his last number before he dies. So
I have that figure. Sad part about this re-release, they're not including the Tony Stark head. So I'm like, missed opportunity, you know.
And Window Box is back. This one I don't understand at all because they've done.
We've gotten this figure like 5 times now, haven't we?
Yeah, something like that.
And still don't have the webs painted, which we did. Which one did we did get one with the webs painted?
We did.
I don't remember which one it was. Why are we getting this figure again? I could not tell any difference.
Spider-Man and characters like Iron Man are in the industry. They're considered evergreen items.
I get that, but like you can still pick these up brand new for like $25. Like these are not figures. I don't understand this re-release. It makes no sense to me.
The MCU Iron Spider is not a hard figure to get.
No.
When they said Iron Spider, I thought they were going to re-release the red one with the gold Waldos on it. I was like, man, that's a good re-release right there. But then
that's a new torso.
It's like
butterfly joints.
What's that?
Does the old one have butterfly joints? This one does.
Yeah, that one has butterfly. Yeah, it has butterfly joints. Or at least maybe I think I'm looking at the wrong one, but I think it is.
Yeah, so this is the one that came in the 3-pack that has butterfly joints and has the stripes painted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Oh.
So, like...
They're reissuing a inferior version.
Yes, that's what they're doing. Because the one that came in the 3-pack is the best one and we've gotten them like 4 or 5 times, but this is the best one we've gotten. Was the one in the 3-pack.
I'll wait. I've had this one since what? In-game?
Evergreen at Ross, yeah.
So, but yeah, we're getting those. We're getting Falcon, which is comic book Falcon with his wings.
That's a Target exclusive.
I'm not. You know, I like Captain America and I like Sam Wilson, but I'm not a big fan of Sam Wilson Captain America. So this is one I'm not really interested in. It's cool, like if you like the character as Captain America.
He's not even Captain America anymore.
Yeah, he's not even Captain America anymore.
You know what I'm going to do with this figure? I'll probably end up getting it, but the retro carded Falcon, I'll probably take this wing assembly and put it on that old Falcon, make it look a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I do like the fact that you could straight up do a head swap on this dude, and you don't have to redo skin tones. You could do like a Bucky cap off of him, doing a head swap.
Yeah,
you can do a bunch of stuff with this. It's a good. I think this is a good figure.
I used to have the original one of this. It was the Toys R Us 3-pack. He didn't come with wings, and I did that very thing for the longest time. I had a unmasked Steve Rogers head on it.
Yeah,
I like the look of the costume with the white and the pattern.
Yeah, it's a good looking costume.
Looks like his chest pattern is this. It's like the Commander Rogers.
Good looking costume. I think they did a great job. It's a good looking figure. I just don't have any interest in the character.
Yeah.
So that's really my only thing about it. I you know, and seeing as how he's probably going to sell for like $45 because he comes with wings. Yep. I just don't see myself spending that much money on him.
Yeah.
So
he's got a new paint pattern on the shield too. He's got the
But it's a good looking figure. I do like it, and if you like the character, I mean,
the wings are articulated and all that, and it looks nice.
So
those wings on the old retro card Falcon, comic book Falcon, it's going to make him look 1,000 times better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do definitely want this.
I will say for the Hydra Captain America, that outfit, man, if they would paint it his actual colors, that'd be an awesome color. Awesome figure.
It's a good sculpt.
Yep.
The paint looks good.
Doing another version of this in the green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
This is definitely what I want. No doubt about it.
The only complaint I've seen other people mention with it was his shield is supposed to come apart. It's supposed to be like a dagger one side.
Yeah.
My complaint with the shield is it's that stupid clip. They need to give us the straps. I hate those damn clips on there because the clips
always break.
They always break. So,
but it looks good. I like it. I dig it. I like that even the belt is somewhat painted here. I hope it stays that way. But we got some paint on the boots too. You know, again, we'll see when it comes out. You know, whether or not it sticks to it. But as it stands there, it's a good looking figure. I like it. This is definitely one I want to pick up. So far, out of all the ones we've looked at, this is the one I want the most.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and then I think we get into all the X-Men stuff. Yeah, I've got other articles pulled for better pictures of those, but we do get our X-Men stuff. We are getting a classic Angel.
Finally.
Which I appreciate, except for the fact that I would have rather had him in his X-Force costume. So I'm hoping at some point we get a repaint.
Oh, most assuredly. They're not going to go through all that sculpt and design for the wings just to let it go with one figure. We're going to get the blue version of his Halo outfit. We're going to get an X-Force version. And we're probably going to get an Archangel version with his feathered wings as well. So that's 4 figures. So we're going to be good. We're definitely going to get some Angel.
I will be finally retiring one of my very first customs that's on my shelf. I made an Angel out of a DCUC figure, and this will retire because I've gotten so much better since I made that too. So
those wings, when they're retracted down, oh my God, it looks perfect.
There's 3 points of articulation that way they fold too.
Yep. I love it. They knocked that one right out of the park. They couldn't have done a better job, in my opinion.
This is the one going up for order today.
Yeah, this one
I have that 2-pack, and I have the oh my God, what was the other? The Brood 2-pack on order. The other two are going to be solicited at a later time, they said, but I already ordered plenty of these guys. Oh man, people are going to want them.
The base body is this, but with new arms.
Yep.
Those are bigger, pinless arms.
Yep.
I like the 2-pack mostly for the Sabretooth. I personally don't care about the Wolverine. I've got too many Wolverine figures as is. I do like that Sabretooth
standalone figure, and people would have bought the living hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I may or may not pick up this 2-pack just for the Sabretooth. I don't know yet. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I like it. I think it's a solid 2-pack. I think it's a solid 2-pack. I mean, I do think both figures are good. I just don't need any more Wolverine figures in my life right now.
At least it's an all-new torso for Wolverine, and maybe a lower body. Actually, and legs. So the upper torso is all new in Wolverine, but reuse lower body.
Yeah. But I think it's a solid 2-pack. Next one, whenever we get to it. All right, this one. I do like this one a lot.
Yeah.
You know that one was a long time coming, man. Jesus Christ.
At least this is technically not Wolverine.
It's Patch.
Yep.
It's Patch.
I already made a custom of this from that head from the Legendary Riders pack, and I took that Club Obi-Wan Indiana Jones, put it on the granted. He was a little bit taller, but I already made that figure. See, Hasbro's copying me again.
Well, we got Joe Fixit. We got Patch. I think this is a solid 2-pack. This is one I definitely want.
That is an icon.
To be honest, more so for the Hulk than for Wolverine, but I do, it's a solid Wolverine that we've needed for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think this one's a no-brainer. This one, I do like this one just because it's a Wolverine that we have never gotten before. First of all, you're getting Lilandra. Lilandra looks great.
She's actually curvy and not flat like they did.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I'm going to speculate. Since we are getting this technically Space Starjammer, whatever, 2-pack with Lilandra and the Brood Wolverine, I'm almost positive we might get a Brood deluxe figure or even a new Build-A-Figure down the road sometime. Because if they're going to do deep dives like this Brood Wolverine, who's not to say we might not get other stuff?
Dude, I hope we get some Brood figures, but they need to do them not as a Build-A-Figure. They need to do them so we can army build them.
This Lilandra figure is, man, they knocked it out of the park.
They need to do Brood as a deluxe figure so we can army build, and then they need to do the Brood Queen as a Build-A-Figure.
There you go. Either or, man, I'll take them. Yeah, that's a damn good figure, man.
Well, I like this 2-pack because again, we've never gotten Brood
give us more of the Shi'ar and Starjammers as part of
Yeah.
Hasbro, there you go.
More of the
Brood Queen Build-A-Figure and give us more Starjammers and the Shi'ar members.
The Imperial Guard, we need more of them. We need a brand new Guardian. I mean, I'm sorry, not a Guardian. What's his name? Oh, it is a Guardian.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Yeah, we need a brand new Gladiator. We need all the rest of them as well as the other 2 Starjammers.
Yep. But I like that 2-pack there. I think they did a good job with
and
that.
his jaw is articulate.
Yeah. That figure, man. This one, Lady Mandarin, Psylocke. Ooh, damn.
Yeah, Lady Mandarin is the only reason I'm buying this.
Another home run.
Because I could give a crap about the Madrigal Wolverine.
This is when I started reading X-Men, Kenny X-Men, when Lady Mandarin was just after, I think, Acts of Vengeance. I saw her on the cover. She had Wolverine in a chokehold. She had her psychic dagger right there by his head. And I was like, is that Psylocke? And I was like, holy crap, man. After this huge perilous stuff and then this, so good. So good.
My question is, of course, are we actually going to get this detail, these black line details on her
I hope
when it comes out? Or is it just going to be flat silver plastic? Because there's almost no, there is, other than, you see here, we got some paint in the cape, and then we've got these. Other than that, there's no paint on this figure.
And on her hands, you will see that she's got the 10 rings.
Yeah, but like that makes the suit pop, because I think without that line work done, this is going to look like a bland figure. So I really, really hope it does actually come that way. Because, again, I don't care about this Wolverine at all. They could have at least added, you know how they always had him with the hash marks across his eyes when he was in this costume?
Yeah.
They could have at least done that, but they didn't.
Oh, the previous retro card at one had that. I guess they...
Yeah. But, you know, whatever. It's a bland Wolverine, but Lady Mandarin is one I think a lot of people will absolutely buy this two-pack. I will. So, but yeah, so we got all those. Most of them look pretty good. I think this is a bunch of solid entries. Even if they don't all interest me, I think these are all solid entries into the line.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of good releases that most of them I'm going to want to pick up.
We got 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, we got 10 minutes. Lastly, we've got the new 97 wave. Let's talk about this here real quick. Cyclops looks good. I dig it. I've still got the old school Bucky Cap, Jim Lee Cyclops. I don't know if I'm ready to replace him yet. I do like this head sculpt much better, and it is a better buck. So I may or may not pick him up. Either way, it is good. Like if you don't have a Jim Lee Cyclops yet, this is
I bought the VHS one and changed the head out. It's got the VHS one has the Conan O'Brien head. These are two brand new head sculpts. Yeah,
and they look good. I love this this slight smirk he's got on his face.
Mm-hmm.
I like that head sculpt. I think they did a good job with that. Goblin Queen. All I've been hearing about this is like I've heard everybody bitching and complain, and I get it. Oh, they covered her up because they couldn't do the sexy version of her. Why would they do that? Why would they show us the Engine of Vengeance version and then give us this? Well, because this is probably how she looks in the cartoon. That's why.
This is a
cartoon line. Okay. Spoiler alert, she comes with Baby Cable. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what to tell you. That's Baby Cable. That's Nathan Summers. I think this is a solid looking figure. This is probably what she's going to look like in the cartoon. I dig it. But I'll be honest, mostly the reason I want this is because of Baby Nate. I don't know. I want a baby Nathan Summers figure. I grew up in that era. Chris Claremont writing X-Men. You know, the whole Madeline Pryor thing was actively going on. The Chris Claremont era of X-Men is one of the greatest eras of comic books in history. And this is representative of that. And when I was reading when I first got into comics back in the mid 80s. So I think it looks good. So that's one I want to pick up. Jean Grey, this does nothing for me.
That torso is so ugly, badly sculpted. There's no articulation. There's just a ball joint at the waist.
And the thing is, I do want this costume for Jean Grey, but this figure just
the only thing remotely would interest me in this version of Jean Grey, if she goes on clearance and the yellows match the 3-pack, the Love Triangle 3-pack, I would put these arms on the Love Triangle 3-pack.
Yeah.
And maybe the heads.
I mean, again, if it goes on clearance, I'll probably pick it up. But
I do like the new head that she comes with her hair down. Looks a lot better. At least it's not like almost. I mean, it's an all new figure, obviously, but at least it's not a straight up re release of the one we got in that 3-pack.
Yeah,
the torso looks like it was sculpted by somebody who's like never seen a real human being before.
Yeah, well, they're updating it just a little bit for the cartoon, so I'm sure it's cartoon accurate.
Isn't this what a woman is supposed to look like? No, it's not.
It's just weird.
Thank you. This is the costume I've been wanting for Magneto for years that we've never gotten before. I love this. I love this era of Magneto. Back when he was basically a good guy,
and he's not on that trippy body from the wave one of these figures. The wave one figure is tiny. This is on the Vulcan.
This is out of this wave. This is the figure I want the most. Is this version of Magneto? I think it looks awesome. I love this costume for Magneto. Yep. I've wanted to custom this costume for Magneto. I just never have because I'm not that good.
Magneto and Executioner are probably the two I'm most interested in this wave.
This is definitely one I want to get because I haven't. Because last time Nightcrawler came out in which wave was that? Was that Juggernaut?
Something like that.
I can't remember what wave it was. He shot up in price so quick. I've never gotten a chance to get him.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing about this figure is, and I have the original one, all the gloves and stuff were painted on. These are sculpted on. So definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, this is one I definitely want to get just because I need that Nightcrawler in my collection. I don't have a classic Nightcrawler in my collection. It looks good. It's a solid good. Executioner looks great. I'll be honest, I'm not that I mean, I was reading X-Force when Executioner was around. X-Force and X-Men and all that stuff. Not really a character that ever really stood out for me personally, but the figure looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
The figure looks really good.
I like the figure. It's me. I never really. I think I got one book that he's in, and
yeah,
I just like the look. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's a good looking figure. That's the only reason I'm interested in it. I don't really care about the character. But yeah, I think this is a better wave than the first wave.
Oh yeah.
Because other than Jean Grey, I like all these figures. The first wave, really, I wanted Magneto, but then I got him in, and he was disappointing. I kind of wanted
$7, and I knew he was going to be disappointing if you told me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how dang on short he was.
I know.
I'll probably use the arm if the colors match. I'm going to use that Magneto's arms on the Family Matters one, so I can have pinless arms.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he's good for.
Gentlemen, I hate to do this, but I gotta go. I got some other stuff I gotta take care of.
Yeah. Well, we are about to cut and run as well. We both have another podcast to get to.
Sorry, I wasn't on that much, but the store demands my time right now with customers and stuff. So, but we'll get back to normal health.
Likely story. Excuse me.
No, I'm
a couple things right quick too.
Horrible man.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and I know you.
Of course, I'll hang out whenever. Just let me know. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm rocking my new Quinn Comics T-shirts. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I've gone professional.
This is going to be a new Kickstarter line.
You guys have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is going to be a new line. It's like very barbarian-ish style. Got some nice touches. They're even doing a inspired characters. Like this is like a barbarian Vader.
Mm-hmm.
You got Skeletors, homages, Conan with a big chest tattoo. But this is going to be a cool line. That they look very cool and very articulated. I like the proportions. This is what Masterverse should have been.
Yeah.
SH Figure Arts news. We're getting Bleach Kenpachi. I want this. One of my favorite characters from Bleach. He is such a badass.
Never watched Bleach. I've had friends that have been trying to get me to watch Bleach for years.
It's good. I need to watch the new stuff. I haven't watched any of the new stuff yet.
Yeah.
And of course, we got the powered up Frieza. We're getting more One Piece figures. We're getting the Bleach character, Demon Slayer. And we're getting the Mecha Turtle stuff. We're getting a Krang, and it's going to be huge.
Yes.
That should be cool. Yamaguchi Batman, Arkham Asylum Batman looks really good. With his armor, hides the articulation with that.
Yep.
Looks great. Sorry to be rushing through this, guys. So it's like I said, we got Kamen Rider. There's the RoboCop stuff, and you're getting SH Figure Arts Naruto and Sakura, and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and Chainsaw Man. Alrighty. And more pictures on the TFW 2005. They got the new Titan class breakdown on the new Tidal Wave figure. And showing how big he is compared to the other last two Titans. Which I never got the Nemesis. I need to get the Nemesis. But anyway.
And sold.
Alrighty. Well,
Play the new outro.
Okay. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out. So many toy channels on Friday night. Thank you for coming out, hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure, and it's good to hang out. And
thank you, Carbon Scoring. I love you. No, he's gone already, I'm sure. But
hey, and I definitely need to reach out to Carbon Scoring and get them on the customizing or this one here or anything. We'll catch you all next time. Have a good one.
Later, guys.
Let me find the video. I made a new outro. Where's it at? Yep.
Ninja vanish.